Namaskaram everyone. So this is finally my Shirdi vlog. As you know, I was on a road trip recently and Shirdi was a fairly unusual destination for me. As I was mentioning in one of my previous videos also, this YouTube channel is gathering some energy of its own. When I was on the road trip from Chikkabalapur to Ahmedabad, I realized that Shirdi is actually coming on the way and I decided why not visit it. I have never visited it yet. I never felt like visiting it yet, and I'm just thinking why that is. I think one of the main reasons I was not at all interested is because such a mass destination. And the other thing is there is this whole aura about getting your wishes fulfilled, and that thing really turns me off massively because, see, we are spiritual sadhakas. What wish is there? The only wish that is there is intensify my sadhana, which it's more of an intention. I don't think I will go in front of some deity and say, help me intensify my sadhana. I think that would be quite scary. I don't know what the consequence might be. But anyway, you know, I've also become more exploratory in nature, and because I feel I have my fundamental spirituality in place, I have my spiritual path and understanding, and so now I do venture out to these new paths. I also went to Puttaparthi and Sattvic Sai, even though there is that whole aura about someone materializing things out of thin air, which is in a certain sense a fairly irrelevant thing for a spiritual sadhaka, because unless you're like a fakir on the road where you have no amenities of any kind and you need a little fire or a little water and you can just snap your finger and get it out of thin air, that would be very useful. But otherwise, as a person having their material stuff a little bit sorted, I don't see a purpose for that kind of siddhis. And also there is that feeling that if we venture into this siddhis, then we may miss the main path, which is of mukti or liberation. And that is why, at least from my understanding, there are these, if someone is indulging in too much of siddhi power, miracles and stuff, then that is like a red flag in some way, simply because we may just meander off our main path. Because somebody who is performing these miracles and siddhis or showcasing siddhis, superhuman powers and all that, we don't know if the person is actually enlightened. So it's possible we may see this person perform those miracles, we get all wowed, but if the guy is not enlightened, then that person is not the right guru for us. So for this kind of a background, and because I'm in general turned off from mainstream stuff, however, since I have this YouTube channel, I thought let us go and explore Shirdi and let me kind of showcases on the channel so the other folks come to know. And I think Shirdi is not of our times, so necessarily the younger folks and all may not have been to Shirdi, but it would be nice to just give a report. What I am interested in, however, is that understanding the yogi, what was his sadhana. First of all, these spiritual gurus and all, they themselves have had a past as a sadhaka. Understanding their sadhaka life, and as a guru, what have they propounded and what kind of a path have they set up for their own devotees. Those things made a lot of sense for me. I am personally curious about it, and I feel giving that kind of information is kind of pretty useful. So I thought I will go to Shirdi, just explore the place. It will be a good learning for me also about how this kind of a mass pilgrimage town, how the infrastructure, it is a matter of interest for me. And Shirdi was an amazing experience from that sense. I have not seen this kind of an infrastructure. And the second thing that I was interested in is I was planning to just go there. And in some of the places where Sai Baba has visited a lot, I was planning to just poke all my, not just the senses, but like just meditate and probe my perception into the place and kind of figure out what kind of a yogi was this person, beyond this aura of him being someone who causes miracles and fulfills wishes. Who was this person? What kind of a person was it? So one thing also that prompted this trip was the fact that I recently saw Sri M's video, where he basically visited this place where Sai Baba used to sleep. It's called the Chavadi, and his guru basically called him there, and he ended up actually meeting Sai Baba in some dream-like situation. You can watch the full video if you like. It is very intriguing. And what I have realized is, for Sai Baba, one thing is very clear, that the contemporary spiritual leaders and the ones who came after him, see, we ourselves may not be able to completely judge a spiritual leader as to how advanced the person is, how capable the person is. We may have some idea, but we are not sure. One parameter that is very useful is the contemporary spiritual leaders and the ones who come after him. They will speak about this person. See, the contemporary guys, how they speak is a little tricky, simply because if they tell their followers that that guy is also great, the followers might go there. And what might happen is, this follower will get confused between two different gurus with two different paths. So for the contemporary spiritual leader, they may or may not recommend somebody else simply because they want to give a dedicated environment to their sadhakas. But the ones who come afterwards, they will definitely make a comment and make it very clear. Like, for example, Ramana Maharshi, Sadhguru has clearly mentioned him being a great being, and that for me was a very, very clear thing. Before I even, read any of Ramana's books or visited the ashram, Sadhguru's words were very important for me. Same way, this thing that Shri M has said, and because I have some respect for Shri M, this whole narration for me gave a green mark to Sai Baba, and Sai Baba has got a lot of green marks. Like, even the Trimandir of Dada Bhagwan has Sai Baba in it. So I'm like, he already has a green mark from a lot of the spiritual leaders who followed him. So definitely he's a great being. Why not go there, sit in those spaces, and just see how it is. And I have ended up reading, in these few days after I visited Shirdi, I ended up reading the Sai Sat Charitra, which is basically this fairly renowned book which all the devotees of Sai Baba will read, and that is also very unusual for me. I feel like it's the people who either they want something, they want some wishes of theirs to be fulfilled, or somebody is already a devotee of Sai Baba and they would read the Sai Sat Charitra. I was neither of those two, and I still have read the book, and it is really amazing for me because it's not something I would have typically done at all. If you found this video valuable, do consider signing up for my email list. The link is given in the description of this video, below the video. And I would be sharing a lot of additional information. For example, a list of homestays that are very suitable for sadhakas like us. Some of the ashrams which easily allow us to go and stay there for a few days. And a lot of more such information.